Hello everyone, this is Koen and welcome to my 2024 update video. I know I'm a little late to the party. We're already a week into 2024, but I still want to wish everyone watching this a very happy new year. I hope you all are going to have a wonderful 2024, and I'm going to make sure that we're all going to have a wonderful 2024 together on this very YouTube channel you're watching right now. So in this video, I kind of want to spend a little bit of extra time to talk a little bit about what my ideas are, what kind of videos I want to make this year, and also kind of what kind of direction this channel is going to go in the following year, because there's a lot of stuff that I have on my mind in regards to PhoenixStarYT, and I also want to talk a little bit more about some general life stuff, because there's a lot going on in my life, and many people have already known about this for quite some time. I've been very vocal about it on the internet, but I still wanted to talk a little bit more about it in this very video, so you can have a very verbal idea. Verbal idea. That's not even correct English, Cohen. Oh. So this video is going to be mostly uncut because I really want to get this video out as quickly as possible. So there's not going to be an awful lot of cuts in this video. So quite literally every error I make and every second of silence and every single time that I take a sip from my drink, you're going to be seeing all of it. And I am going to be absolutely non-apologetic about it. I don't care much about the production quality of this video. I just want to get this video out to have a little chat with you guys. And also I just like to have a little bit more of a raw experience. Am I in focus? I am. Yes. Yeah, I got a new webcam a while back, and I'm still kind of figuring out all of the things that are going on. It's got automatic focus, so when I get out of focus every once in a while, I'm trying to trigger it right now to focus on my hand, but it's not working. I can see it on my second display over here on OBS. So, but anyway, 2024 is going to be an interesting year for me in a lot of ways, and a lot of it has to do with not only what I want to do on PhoenixStarYT, but also for my editing work, for Phantom Strider, and also for college, because there's a lot going on in college, and college is part of the reason why content has been as slow as it is in recent months. In the last 3 or 4 months or so, I haven't really been able to put out all that much, and that's because of a huge lack of time that I have, just in general, basically, because college is taking up so much time, and it's pretty much taken up all of my free time at one point. It's gotten to the point where I pretty much haven't had that much time to relax or to do stuff for my own. So projects for PhoenixStarYT have pretty much been on hold for the longest time now. I do have a number of scripts ready that I really want to work with, and that I would love to bring out to you this very month. There is one video in particular that I really want to get done, and we will get to the videos that I want to make in a second. But in general, content has just been really slow because of college taking up so much time. That's not even beginning to mention all of the editing work that I've also done in the last few months. There's just been so much garbage going on, and I've already made a slight hint to how I was feeling a while back when I was making the video. I think I called it a message about optimism, Koen's Corner, where I pretty much just gave a very simple message to people that optimism is a very important part of who you are as people, and it's also just really important to have, because without optimism you're not going to get very far in life, because without any optimism you are just not going to feel happy at all about yourself, and also not about how life is going to go. I know a lot of people who have to deal with the burden of not having any optimism within themselves whatsoever, and these are very specifically people with like a depression or with anything else. Maybe they are just going through very rough times and all of their optimism got sucked out of them. which is a really bad thing, of course, to happen to anybody, and I realize this. So I really wanted to make a video about that, talking about that, and saying that, hey, I know that things can be tough a lot of the times, but you are not alone, and you can be happy again if you are just looking for the very things that make you happy. I know that there might be a very tough thing for a lot of people with depression, but there is always hope for anybody, and I wanted to make that point very clear in a Koen's Corner video. Very unscripted, very raw, I would say, in how I feel about it. And that's because I don't want to make videos like that scripted, because if I'm going to give a message like that to people, I want to do it from the heart. I want to do it as raw as humanly possible, and that's why I did it the way that I did it. But like, that was the only video that I was really able to get out in the last few months, and to be honest, I feel kind of bad about that. I really want to get back into making more content, because I absolutely love doing this. I absolutely love making videos like this for you guys, because it makes life for me also just a lot more fun. I absolutely love analyzing animation. I absolutely love talking about video games. I absolutely love talking about everyday life stuff, even just some of the smaller things that are going on in life. Something as simple as just being able to drink like a glass of perfectly clean water. This is the kind of stuff that I absolutely love talking about, and that I would love to talk about a little bit more on YouTube, which is why I'm really hopeful that I will be able to get a little bit more time for some of my more personal projects on PhoenixStarYT, so I can talk to you guys a little bit more, and so we can just have some discussions about everyday life stuff, about animation, or about anything else. There is one thing that I would like to mention, though, in terms of the content that I'm making right now. There are currently two main series that I have, two shows that I'm doing on PhoenixStarYT. Those are Koen's Corner and the Ponython, the My Little Pony marathon series. The Ponython is a series that I really want to keep going, because the Ponython is one of those things that I absolutely love to go through, because My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, if you couldn't tell already, I have a Fluttershy plush right here. I absolutely love My Little Pony. I love talking about it, and I love expressing my opinions about it to other people. And I think that the Ponython is a very big part of what makes the PhoenixStarYT channel. It's not literally the entire PhoenixStarYT channel. It's about, this channel is about more than just My Little Pony stuff. But I do think that My Little Pony has a place on the PhoenixStarYT channel, and it deserves a place on the PhoenixStarYT channel. So I definitely want to keep that going. I was hoping to finish the first season of the Ponython, which was pretty much just Friendship is Magic Season 1, because I'm going through every single episode in that show. I was hoping to finish that last year, 2023. That didn't go so well because of a lack of time, like I mentioned, and because of that, I just completely ran out of time to finish the first season of the Ponython. I was getting relatively close too. I'm doing these roundup kind of things where I'm pretty much reviewing a batch of episodes, like 4 or 5 episodes each video, and then the last video that I would be doing on season 1 would be the season finale, which is The Best Night Ever, which is going to be an interesting one for me, because I remember not being a very big fan of that episode, and I don't think that it's going to be a very fun one to look back to. But yeah, we'll find out what's going to happen there. I want to finish the final few episodes of the Ponython Season 1 in the following months, which I hope I will be able to get to then, because there's it's not an awful lot of extra work to get through those, because I know pretty much most of the episodes of Friendship is Magic Season 1, and pretty much the whole show in general, actually, from the back of my head. So I already have kind of an idea of what they are about and how I feel about them, but usually I would have to rewatch an episode one, maybe two times to get a good feeling of it. And also, I write the script as I watch the episodes, so that I can really write my full opinions on it as I watch the episode. And so you get a perfect idea of how I feel about it as I go. But the Ponython season 1 I really want to finish this year, and I also want to get started on season 2 very soon after. And season 2 is going to be a much better season for me to sit through. Season 1 has been kind of exhausting, to be honest. I don't really like looking back to season 1 at all, and that's because of a number of different issues that have arisen since the series has gone on for a while, and there's just a lot of things that have changed since then. Like the characters have grown an awful lot since season 1. The story structure is vastly different. A lot of people don't really talk about this that much, but the show also went through quite a few changes in how it handles certain subjects that it wants to tackle and how it tells any story at all. The stories have gone a lot bigger, a lot more epic. The morals have gone a little bit smaller. There are still, of course, morals in the show because that's just kind of the kind of show that it is. But the show went through a lot of changes in what it wants to focus on. It seems to be focusing a lot more on just being epic and being less of a slice of life kind of show, which I think is where the show really shines the best. And I will probably be talking a lot more about that as I go on in the Ponython. But anyway, the Ponython is a thing still. I am still working on those. I have a script finished for the next episode of the Ponython. We are going to be seeing that very soon. And we are going to have a lot of fun going through Season 2 as well this year, which I'm really excited about getting back into Season 2. I remember that season being really fun as well. So I also want to do a little mini-series alongside the Ponython that I'm just going to call the Ponython Addendum, where I'm gonna go back in time a little bit and talk about some episodes that I've already talked about before in a little bit more detail, so you get a much better understanding of how I truly feel about the episodes. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I gotta be honest, I completely based that idea off of a series from a fellow creator who did something similar to SpongeBob, Pie Guy Rules. Pie Guy Rules did the every episode of SpongeBob reviewed series where he was pretty much talking about every episode from one SpongeBob season, and he would also do a little series on the side where he would go back into individual episodes and give a little bit more of an in-depth look into the episode, so you get a better understanding of what it is to actually go through that episode, and whether the episode he also goes back into some of his earlier thoughts and elaborates a little bit more on his thoughts to that episode. Maybe his opinion has also changed a little bit since the first time that he did those reviews, and then he goes back and elaborates a little bit more on the opinions that he has had back then. Maybe he has changed opinions, so he expresses that and everything. I want to do something similar to that in the Ponython Addendum, and I will also obviously give Pie Guy Rules full credit for pretty much being the inspiration for that idea that I have. It's a little bit of a content steal, I guess, but he's going to get full credit for, at the very least, the inspiration that I got from it. And I think it will be a fun little thing to do on the side while I'm also doing the full Ponython series. Now, for Koen's Corner, which is what I consider my flagship show for a number of different reasons. The Koen's Corner is more of a miscellaneous kind of show. It's a show where I pretty much discuss quite literally anything and everything that I enjoy talking about. And there isn't really a consistency going on where Koen's Corner is about animation, or it's about mental health, it's about everyday life, it's about music. There is literally no consistency, and that was on purpose. I didn't want Koen's Corner to have consistency. I didn't want it to just be one thing and make everything else that I want to do reviews of, or that I want to talk about, a completely different show. I want Koen's Corner to be the everything show. Now, I know that that doesn't really work very well in a lot of cases. I know that there's been other shows like that, like Cinemassacre's rental reviews, who didn't really have all that much consistency for what they were actually talking about in terms of TV shows or movies. There wasn't really much of a theme going on there, and I wondered if that was on purpose as well. I don't really know, because I didn't really watch that much of rental reviews. I watched a little bit of a couple of episodes of rental reviews and just never went back to it again because it kind of bored me, to be honest. But Koen's Corner is not meant to be consistent. It's meant to be just a show where I talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about because I think it's interesting to talk about and to have a discussion with my audience. Now, whether or not that format really works is something that we have to yet see. So far, it has been relatively successful, I like to think. So I don't know. Maybe we can make something more out of that. But I did up to this point, I did a number of different Koen's Corners that were specifically animation based, right? So I did the Shrek review, which was, by the way, fun fact, that was back in the day when the show was still called Point of View, which is, at hindsight, the worst name that I could have possibly thought of. Koen's Corner is just, it's a simple name, but it works because my name is Corner. I am making this in a literal corner. You can't really see it on camera right here, but there is a corner behind the camera. And I guess you could kind of call this entire room that I have here kind of my corner. And also, I am making this in my own little corner on the internet. So the name Koen's Corner just makes a lot of sense. And Point of View is just a little bit of a too generic name, I thought. I didn't really like the idea of continuing to call that show Point of View. Originally, Point of View and Koen's Corner were supposed to be two different shows, where Koen's Corner would be unscripted, Point of View would be scripted. But, I mean, they're both pretty much kind of the same show, so I just decided to merge them together into Koen's Corner, and just left it at that. But anyway, what I want to do with Koen's Corner in the future, because a lot of it has been animation based. I don't want Koen's Corner to just be animation based. I've done a couple of videos where I was talking about some tech related stuff, and that was Koen's Corner unscripted. I kind of want to keep doing those because I really enjoyed talking about my last phone. This was that phone that I used in that very video, which is interesting. I still own it, even though it's not really my daily driver anymore. I used this for a couple of years, but then a little while back I decided, hey, it is time for an upgrade. So I got this, which is the G13. It's the same brand. It's still Motorola. But I am thinking of refunding this and getting something else because this one doesn't work quite as well as this one did. So I am going to get a new one there. But anyway, I did a video where I was just talking about smartphones and how and why I think it's important to keep in mind what do you actually do with your phone and how much money do you actually have to spend to get what you need out of your phone, So, and I pretty much just said, hey, I have a phone for that I got for 120 euros. That does pretty much everything that I need, and I don't need any other smartphone on the market right now because a lot of other smartphones are just ridiculously expensive. I don't need a ridiculously expensive phone. I just want to get something that works, and that is pretty much what this was for me for the longest time. So that's the point that I wanted to make in that video there. And that was a Koen's Corner that was just completely unplanned. I did not plan on making that Koen's Corner. I just kind of did it because I thought it was fun. And I had a lot of, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of making that video. It was a really fun one. I also did a couple of Koen's Corners talking about mental health stuff over the years. I also have this little flip phone, by the way, that I may end up making a video on. I kind of want to do a silly video about phones again at some point because I had a lot of fun with that. But I kind of want to branch out a little bit more in terms of the scripted content. I don't just want to talk about animation anymore in my scripted content because, like I said, I don't want this to just be the animation channel, which is what it mostly is at this point. So what I want to do is, and I actually already have a couple of scripts ready for some future content that I'm going to get out as soon as possible. So what I have in mind is I want to make a video where I'm going to be where I'm going to be talking about live streaming, because I've been doing live streaming since 2015. I've been really enjoying it. I really love doing live streams. But it's also a little bit of a nightmare, and I kind of want to talk about why it's a nightmare, at least for me, and why it probably would be a nightmare for you, the viewer. So we're going to be doing an entire Koen's Corner about that. I already have the script finished, and I also already have the voiceover recorded. Now I just have to cut down the voiceover and put the footage over the top, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to doing that. And I also want to do a Koen's Corner relatively soon about how I present myself online, because there's a couple of things that I think are kind of lacking on the PhoenixStarYT channel, and it's just kind of content that is purely about me, and specifically who I am and how I want to present myself online. So I want to make that into a full Koen's Corner, and I will probably also do a lot more Koen's Corners where I'm just talking about my own personal experiences in life, about how I stand in life, how I'm doing at all, because it's also important to talk about my own mental health. It's important to talk about mental health in general, but also to talk about how I'm feeling and how things are going in my everyday life. I want to talk a little bit more about, I don't know, we could also just talk about something silly like the foods I eat. Like, this is something silly that we've had in the Netherlands for a while. There's actually an empty box. I should probably just throw it straight in the bin. There we go. That was a box of a chocolate letter, and it was, it's one of the wackiest things that the Dutchmen have ever come up with. It was like, let's take a huge chunk of chocolate and make it into a letter and put it into a box. And it's just, they are just huge chunks of chocolate, and it's a really big chocolate letter a lot of the time, and they are extremely unhealthy as a result because they are big chunks of chocolate. You'd be drinking, you'd be better off just drinking lots of gallons of water. I mean, to be honest, you would be better off just eating literally anything besides chocolate, but I really love chocolate, so I tend to eat a lot of chocolate letters. And a lot of chocolate things in general. But yeah, that's kind of the thing that I want to talk about. I also want to talk a little bit more about movies, because this is actually a gift card that I got for Christmas and for my birthday. I get a lot of these that I can redeem at the cinema and use and see a free movie, because people. Everyone who knows me knows how much I love movies. I absolutely love movies, and if I could, I would go to the cinema like every single month to see a good movie. But like, I want to talk about movies a little bit more on Koen's Corner, so I'm probably gonna branch out a little bit more in that space as well, both live action and animation, of course. So I also I guess I could also talk a little bit more about what kind of animation or movie-based videos I actually make. I get there's kind of a misconception going on that I do reviews or whatever, and reviews is not necessarily something that I personally do. It's something this channel did kind of start with that. I did kickstarted with some review kind of content, but that's not what I want my channel to be. That's not necessarily what I want to focus on. I don't like to approach a piece of media in kind of like a review mindset. That's not what I do, and that's not what I want to do. What I would much rather talk about is just kind of whether it's the message that a movie or a TV show gives, whether it's the plot, or whether it's a story structure or whatever like that, or maybe even just psychology of things, because I think that's really interesting. I like to overly analyze a movie and a TV show, and really break it down and discuss actually just the psychology of something. Like, for example, the psychology of someone getting depression, the psychology of someone on the autism spectrum, because I am on the autism spectrum, and I think it's interesting to think about. And there's a number of other things that I really enjoy talking about, much rather than I would much rather just talk about stuff from everyday life whenever I approach something in animation or in movies, instead of talking about it in sort of a review and giving something a rating or something like that. That's not something that I do, and that's not something that I enjoy doing at all. Obviously, there are different things in that. Obviously, there are exceptions to that rule. Like, whenever I'm talking about something that is just silly for the hell of it, I am not even going to try or pretend like I'm taking something seriously in a Koen's Corner video. Instead, I'm just going to take it for what it is and talk about it as if it's the silly thing humanly imaginable, because usually that's what it is. You see a lot of these movies like Mamma Mia, Shark Tale, or Robin Hood, or I don't know, something like Turning Red. They're just quite literally being silly and absolutely ridiculous for the sake of being silly and absolutely ridiculous, because people just think that it's funny to do silly things like that. And whenever a movie is just simply that, I am going to approach it exactly like that. I'm just going to say, okay, this movie is hardly taking itself seriously at all, then I am not even going to pretend to take it seriously at all during my critique of it. I would much rather just have fun making a review and talk about how silly and fun certain moments in the movie are, or just have a good time making a silly video. Maybe I could even make a compilation or something of the silliest moments that I talk about in my videos. I don't know. That's something that I could play around with at some point. But anyway, that is pretty much it for what kind of content I'm actually making, and also how I approach my content. Which I think is going to become a lot more clear as you watch more and more Koen's Corners or Ponython videos, or even just my live streams. Speaking of live streams, that's the last thing that I would want to mention. I haven't really been doing that many live streams recently, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I honestly don't really enjoy doing live streams anymore. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the lack of audience that I get on my live streams. I tend to get like 2 or 3 viewers during a live stream, which is more than enough for me. I get a little bit of interaction with my audience, and I get to just kind of do whatever the heck I desire to do. I don't really take my live streams seriously, and I don't really intend to take my live streams seriously. I don't think that I get all that much enjoyment out of taking live streams seriously. I pretty much do stupid shit for the sake of doing stupid shit. I don't care about actual quality. I don't care about anything during my live streams. I just sit back in front of my microphone like I'm doing right now, and I just talk. I play video games. I do Linux experiments, and I don't really do anything all that engaging or seriously, at least as far as I know. So I'm not really worried about viewership on my live streams at all. As much as I love interacting with my audience, if I don't get any viewers on my live streams, then so be it. You know, you get a good day sometimes, and sometimes you just get a relatively slow day in your live streams. That's just the way it is. That's just the way that things are on Twitch or on YouTube or wherever the hell you live stream. Now, the reason why I don't really enjoy doing live streams that much as I used to anymore, in general, not just on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever, is because live streaming is just a nightmare, no matter where you go. I am actually gonna make a Koen's Corner, and like I said, on this topic a little bit further, so I can go a little bit more in depth on that. It's going to be a scripted video. It's going to be a lot more involved, a lot more elaborate. But to put a long story short, there quite literally is no good platform to live stream on as of today. Every single live streaming platform that I've ever tried, YouTube and Twitch, are awful. And they are awful in their own unique ways, but at the same time, they are also kind of awful in the same way. YouTube quite literally kills your YouTube channel in the algorithm as you live stream more and more. Like when your live streams quite literally overtake the videos, that is where the algorithm just decides, you know what, no, we're not going to put this channel, promote this channel as much anymore than other channels that are actually consistently putting out actual content. And it shows. There's a lot of channels who have actively been losing subscribers because either they are doing way too many live streams, or they are not getting as many views as they used to get on their channels because of the amount of live streaming that they did. And then there's Twitch, who quite literally doesn't push any channel, especially the very small ones, like the beginning channels, anywhere. And also, they just don't push anyone with very small audiences. So what do people like myself have to do in order to get any audience at all on Twitch? We have to grow a different platform like YouTube, X, Instagram, or TikTok, and then bring the people that are watching my stuff on there to Twitch. Which is a ridiculous reality in and of itself, in my honest opinion. I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that that is even a thing. I think that every channel should at least get some kind of a shot on Twitch, even the smaller ones. Even small YouTube channels like myself get pushed through the algorithm at some level if we were to consistently put out content. Now, I don't consistently put out content, so that definitely doesn't help me in this case. But also, the viewing experience on Twitch is so much worse. And the streaming experience is also just so much worse on Twitch than it is on YouTube. That's hilarious to me. YouTube actually offers a ton of different functions and features that you can just use on your live stream, no matter how big or no matter how small you are. The viewer can change the resolution of the live stream during the live stream, which is a killer feature for those who have a much slower internet connection and cannot handle 1080p streams, which is the resolution that I typically stream in. Myself, as well as the moderators I don't have any streaming moderators because I don't get that many views on my streams at all on YouTube. The stream moderators, we can all just moderate the stream with absolutely no problem whatsoever, so we can keep trolls or spam out of the live stream with absolutely no problem whatsoever, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm absolutely glad that that is a thing that YouTube even offers. On Twitch, those features and then some are exclusive to affiliates and Twitch partners. And Twitch partners even get some other very special treatment that normal users just are not able to get. Some simple things like getting Twitch merch, which I don't have, obviously, because I'm not a Twitch partner. I'm not even a Twitch affiliate, nor do I really want to be a Twitch affiliate, because it's just not worth it to me. There's just a lot of things that you just cannot do on Twitch as opposed to, say, YouTube. And then there's also the added issue that I noticed when I was live streaming, was that at one point I had 15 different bots follow my Twitch channel. And that sounds like an amazing number. That means that my follow count gets a pretty big gain in terms of how many people are following me on Twitch. I think I got like 25, maybe 30 people following me on Twitch at this point. The number means absolutely nothing because a lot of those followers are bots. So, in other words, they are not real people watching my live streams. They are just robots. They won't interact with me. They won't do anything on my live stream to even bother, to even matter at all, I should say. There is nothing to the bots that are followed to my Twitch channel that are actually worth anything. So, my follower count, as it is right now, is absolutely worthless because a lot of those followers are bots. I'm sure that there are real people following my Twitch channel, but that doesn't change the fact that there are bots following me on Twitch, which I'm pretty sure there are also bots following, subscribing to me on YouTube and everything. But the fact that there were like 15 bots following me all at once, all of a sudden on Twitch, is more than a bit ridiculous. And I've also had to deal with a number of different people just offering me their service to buy more followers on Twitch, which is also just absolutely ridiculous, and I am not able to moderate that. I cannot remove the messages that they send me in my Twitch chat, nor can I ban them or block them or time out them or anything like that. I gotta be a Twitch affiliate to do it, like I mentioned. And I'm just absolutely appalled by the fact that that is even a thing. And I'm very frustrated about that. I'm generally frustrated that that is the reality of how Twitch works. And I don't like live streaming on Twitch as a result on there. And YouTube live streaming, quite frankly, is just not worth it. Because it is going to kill my YouTube channel if I'm going to do it frequently. And if you've noticed something about the PhoenixStarYT channel ever since its initial inception, is I love doing live streaming. I live stream quite a bit every once in a while. I had a period at one time where I was live streaming every week, quite literally every single week of the month, and I loved doing that. I absolutely love doing that because I get to have interaction with my audience. But if it's going to kill my YouTube channel in the algorithm, then what in the grievous is even the point? What is the point of doing it? Like, and for the I should preface something about this. I don't worry about viewership, like I said, on my content, or on my videos, on my live streams or whatever. I'm amazed by the fact that my YouTube channel is getting to the point where it is. It's grown quite a bit since its initial inception. I know for a fact that it's not all it's not because or well, maybe it is or maybe it isn't, but I know for a fact that a large chunk of my subscribers are primarily here because of my association with the Phantom Strider channel, which I edit for. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely appreciate people loving my work and wanting to support my work by subscribing to the PhoenixStarYT channel. But I know that a lot of those subscribers are mostly here because I work for Phantom Strider. Which I don't mind whatsoever if that's you or anything. I think that's perfectly fine. You can enjoy my content, or you can just enjoy my work on Phantom Strider or anything like that. I've also had a period on this YouTube channel where I was just posting numerous Phantom Strider shit posts from the projects that I was working on at the time, and I also had a lot of fun posting that, but I don't really want to continue doing that anymore because, well, the PhoenixStarYT channel is the PhoenixStarYT channel. It is not the Phantom Strider shitpost channel. Although I might end up doing a secondary channel for that, which is going to be completely non-profit, because I don't want to profit off of Phantom Strider's face. I'm obviously joking, Strider. You are an amazing guy, and I absolutely love what you do. I love working with the guy, and I absolutely love the content that he produces, and I'm looking forward to more Phantom Strider bullcrap in the following year. Oh, I promise I'm not shitting on him. I promise I'm being genuine when I say that. Anyway, that was it for today. I have said pretty much everything that I wanted to say. And I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope you all, most of all, are having a wonderful 2024 so far. I know I am having a pretty decent 2024 so far, even though the year literally just begun. I've got a pretty good feeling that this is going to be an awesome year, not just for PhoenixStarYT, but also for me personally. That did not come out gracefully, but I know that this is going to be a very great year for me and for PhoenixStarYT and for the channels that I work for and everything else. There's just a lot of great stuff coming up, and I'm really excited about it. Anyway, guys, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. My name is Koen, signing out.